considered recyclable. But if you didn't know that, because why would you just
My mom used to throw banana peels out the car window when I was in school. I mean, that's okay, isn't it? I think. I mean, how long does it take for banana peels to degrade? Probably not that long. Yeah, I mean, I guess if everyone did it, then it's really bad.
Julie know that? Wouldn't you just assume that this means that the thing is recyclable and
IRL Mario Kart? Could you imagine if a car just flipped because a banana peel was in the road?
you put it in the bin and you think recycling is working? The plastics industry lobbied 40 states to get the RIC symbol.
Yeah, it'd have to not be on the road as well if your mum threw it. If I'm gonna be honest, if she threw it in the road like Mario Kart, bit of a deadbeat.
It'll look like this. As long as you think it's working, it doesn't matter if it actually is. That's the whole name of the game. But why though? What specifically about recycling is so impossible to get right? Fun fact, when you look up Society of the Plastics Industry on YouTube, one of the first search results is a promo they just released called Recycling is Real. Is it though?
Israel?
Because there's no way she flew a plane. Do you see my point? Like, you hear what I'm saying? Helen can't do either, and you mean to tell me she was navigating the...
Nah.
Pyro, why is my girlfriend in your apartment? What do you have to say for yourself?
Someone said, Pyro, why is my girlfriend in your apartment? She didn't say anything. She just kept scrolling.
Skies? Random question. Would you say you have a decent idea of how a toilet works? I feel like most people would say yes. Like, it's a toilet, you know, you push a thing, water comes out, seems pretty simple. Okay, cool. Here are all the parts. Build a toilet. I saw somebody say this as a good example of
You keep speaking. I got headphones on. You want to share chat? You got to show them afterwards. Guys, you gotta be nice when she appears, alright? She's done her makeup and everything.
knowing that people don't really know how most things
Not for chat. Not for chat. Cope.
work. Even things that seem relatively simple. You put all the pieces in front of them.
Huh?
The average person doesn't understand how a lot of things work. With that being said, do you really have...
You can't keep speaking and... No, it's fine, but like, I've got... You're watching a lady wild swim where there's jellyfish. Yeah. Why would you put yourself... Why would you put yourself in that much danger for like nothing? What kind of jellyfish? I mean, as long as they're not box jellyfish, because then that's actually pretty dangerous.
A good idea of how recycling works. I'll be honest, I thought you just melted it and then shaped it again, but the process has like 17,000 steps. Because you can't just put all the plastics into one big vat and melt it down. They
My mom is AI.
all have different properties and different melting temperatures. If you did that, you would just end
No.
up with a...
Paid rent a mom. What? One of them just said paid rent a mom.
Once a useless goop. So first you have to create recycling centers and a recycling program for a given area. Then you need to inform the people about what can and cannot go into the recycling bin, which is pretty much a useless step because no matter what you do, people are going to put anything they want in the bin.
Very surprised what people think is recycling.
She looks very beautiful. Well, at the minute, she looks like she's under fucking witness protection, one of those like body cam videos where they blur the face out. It's the depth of field. You... Give me a nudge when you want to show your nails and appear on camera, because at the minute you look like you're ascending into heaven.
Recyclable.
You name it, eventually it'll be found in it.
A pool table.
Big propane tanks.
Needles.
A neck brace.
We've had guns, ammunition, fireworks, sparklers.
I had a live snake.
After you pick it up, you have to do your best to separate the non-recyclables from the rest of the mix, and you have to clean them and treat them and process them. All of that just to get recycled plastic, a material that is less durable.
Virgin.
and more expensive than virgin plastic. From an economic and practical standpoint, this process makes almost no sense. You can sit there and say, it shouldn't matter, we should do this for the good of the planet. Unless you're gonna do it, or you're gonna fork up the cash to get somebody else to, it's not getting done. As Vidyamani said when speaking about just the separation process, unless someone's paying for it, the plastic's going to the landfill. So you may be wondering, surely there was a point in time when recycling kind of worked at least a little bit? Technically, yes. Seeing the monstrous problem before them, the best and brightest American minds of that generation came up with a solution that, at least from an economic standpoint, was viable. Describing it with the gravitas it deserves, it was the equivalent of... There we go, yep. Shh, it's okay, we're okay.
We all do that, right? You just kind of put all the trash under the carpet, and then you forget about it. Reminds me of XQC's room. That's fucking grim. How?
Bro, my desk.
Oh my fucking god.
Holy fuck, man. Dude.
This is so bad.
30 months, much love.
Okay. Look, I want you to look at this. Could you come here on the camera? It's not taking... I really want your input here if my apartment has ever been this dirty.
Excuse me. Yell.
Oh no, you got to be on camera because they're not even going to hear you. Just stand here for like a second. Look how much space you take up on the camera. It is actually 0. You are just there. Like, you're not even on the full screen. Look, you have to literally be like right here. Yep. All right. You gotta be a bit loud for the mic to pick up though. Can you be loud?
Yeah.
Can you go, ah?
Ah!
Ah! All right. Nice.
Bro, my desk.
You gotta put your head like a little bit in for the clip farm. Like, could you move it a little bit? No. Like for the box. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Okay. Right, I want you to know if my apartment has ever been as dirty as this.
Bro, my desk, my room. Holy fuck, man. Dude.
13 months, much love. XQCM.
Has it ever been that bad?
No.
What did you say it like that?
At least not today.
You said it. Okay. Okay. How is it? It's never been that dirty ever. Like, okay, there's been a couple bags sometimes, and there might be a pillow on the couch that's like that's like not put properly. No, that's no way. That's L parent. That's L parent. Nothing, I love you. It's never been... Let's cope.
We just gave all our trash to China. I'm sorry, how does this work? It's simple. We'll pick up the recyclables, put them on trucks, bring them to recycling centers, they'll organize them, crush them, turn them into bricks. We'll put those bricks onto different trucks, drive them to the coast, sell them to the Chinese, and then load them onto cargo ships. And once the ships reach China, they'll take the bricks, give them to low-wage workers to organize them, and turn them into new...
You know they keep saying L daughter now.
L daughter?
Yeah. Because they think I'm trans.
Are you?
Am I trans? No. What? Are you going to say anything else? flew all the way over here just to clip farm.
And when it's all said and done, for every dollar we spend on this process, we will earn $1.01, which is more money than when we started. Okay. And that's how recycling worked in America.
Even she is unsure. Get that guy out.
For over 25 years. But it wasn't just the U.S.
The pay to clean up.
Martin Borque, I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, executive director of the Ecology Center in Berkeley, California.
Are you ready for the 10? Do Aussies people and British beings have distinct sense? Much love from Croatia. What, you mean smell? I mean, if you go in the city in Australia, usually smells of drugs.
Once put a trap.
I guess if you're in the UK, in a city, there's a distinct smell of weed. You don't really smell that in Australia.
Tracker and a bale of waste sent to China just to see what would happen to it. And when it touched mainland and they got in contact with the locals that were near where the tracker was placed, they found that it was just littered. On top of that, remember how people will recycle anything, including hazardous materials? Well, it turns out that those materials were causing hazard to the Chinese workers who were sorting them. After a while, the Chinese government must have reasoned to itself, maybe destroying our country's lakes and giving people occasional anthrax poisoning isn't worth $17 of profit. So they banned the import of pretty much all plastic waste in 2018 with no warning. To which the waste management industry calmly responded, what am I supposed to do with all this? Once China stopped taking it, we didn't have many options on where to put it. Imagine you were taking your trash
I'm saying, man, we gotta do that thing. We gotta send it into space.
out for the week, and the garbage man just said no, and then drove away.
Birmingham smells like rubbish. Do you remember the strikes? Oh, that was terrible. Hang on. Yeah, that was shit. What is wrong with my Scam GX? It's just not work. Okay, fuck this.
You then have two options: create a pile in the backyard or set it on fire. And that's exactly what we've done for the past 8 years. I really tried to
Reminder for the PO box. Yeah, we've got it wrote down.
verify this stat, and I could be wrong, but as far as I know, when you recycle something, most of the time it just ends up in a landfill or in an incinerator because there's just no money to do anything else.
With your birthday coming up, will you be preparing your will as your final years of life draw close? I've got no money.
With it, and I would love to sit here and say there is a solution and that they're working on something that's gonna work in the next few years, but as far as I know, right now, at this current moment, this is all recycling is. Almost every solution I read about when researching this video is either going to hurt the environment more or it's gonna cost way too much money. Even when something says it's made of recycled plastics, I'm pretty sure in most cases, it just ends up looking something like this. So you promise that when I put a plastic bottle in the bin, you turn it into another plastic bottle just like new? Absolutely. In fact, I have one right here. That is not the same thing. I'm doing the best I can! Downcycling is when a recycled product isn't as good quality as when it was first made. For example, a food-grade plastic that gets recycled is no longer good enough quality for food packaging, and so it becomes part of like a plastic bench or something. Okay, but I saw a TikTok of a mad scientist fellow who was turning plastic into fuel. Why can't they just do that? Technically, as far as I know, that process is called pyrolysis, and it is possible. Because like plastic is made from
Wait. Something with the word pyro in the name is going to save everyone. Wait a minute.
oil, so couldn't you
Wait a minute.
do some science stuff to maybe turn it back into oil? I don't get it, but it is scientifically possible. So why don't they do it? According to
So you've got what?
the gets rid or something. Okay, but I saw a TikTok of a mad scientist
So you've got fucking Rick Sanchez over here, able to like save everyone, and the big companies aren't doing that.
fellow who did stuff to maybe turn it back into oil. I don't get it, but it is scientifically possible. So why don't they do it? According to the TikTok comment section of that video, it's because the CEO of Exxon will personally no scope this guy.
I'd hire some security. Yeah, it's like, what? That guy that invented that thing to like stop global warming by turning all plastic waste back into fuel? Ah, he became really sad and killed himself one day. Even though 2 days ago, he ended up saying he wasn't suicidal.
If he ever goes to market, that's not why. Then why not? Money. Again, could you build a toilet? At scale, the process of pyrolysis costs way too much economically and environmentally. As far as doing it for plastics, at least, it just doesn't make much sense. Besides that, the process of this and other forms of advanced recycling generates a lot of hazardous waste. According to the NRDC, they
Has been.
They once observed that an advanced recycling plant, also known as a chemical recycling plant, created almost 500,000 pounds of hazardous waste in 2019 alone. In addition, these plants produce air pollution, which poses a health risk to nearby neighborhoods. Neighborhoods that tend to be made of low-income, non-white people. As a result, these neighborhoods lose even more of their value, and due to the health risks that come with being so close to one of these facilities, it turns these areas into what ProPublica described as sacrifice zones. And on top of that, a lot of these advanced recycling plants just end up burning the plastic. However, none of that will stop the plastics industry from saying they're doing it. Because again, it barely matters that it's not working. As long as people think it could, they're not gonna get mad at us.
Innovation in American plastics means reducing, reusing, and
manufacture.
So you recycle.
Well, yeah, we manufacture recycled plastic. It's how.
Why does this feel like that McDonald's infomercial when images of the chicken nuggets with that pink paste were going viral? Remember that? How chicken nuggets were made? Fucking hell, man. This browser is ass.
I would stay competitive.
And it's better
I can't even side quest, man.
for the environment.
What are we doing here?
And it's better for business.
How?
It's the way of the future. The U.S. has to keep up.
First off, this ad was made by America's plastic makers, and on their website, they will tell you that they are part of the plastics division of the American Chemistry Council and their member companies, which include Chevron, Dow, Exxon, and Shell. The companies that make the oil that make the plastic. Secondly, he never answered a question. Am I the only one that peeped that?
And it's better for the environment.
And it's better for business.
How?
It's the way of the future.
This will be the first time he ever pays attention to a video.
I've seen this ad a billion times, and I've noticed that detail every single time. Like, that was a question she was asking, and he just ignored it and talked about the business of it. Am I
Genuinely not
insane?
paying
That's what just happened.
attention. Thank you for second screen slop.
Thank you, Lobotomite, for the 10. Oh, thank you, Citizen, for the Prime.
Now you're getting.
Recycling yesterday's plastic because it was made to be more.
It's not, though. It's made to be one thing, one time for 30 seconds, and then spend the next 1,000 years polluting a river in Taiwan. And I think all these ads and messaging and borderline propaganda just serves to confuse people on what's actually happening with
Pyro,
their trash,
it's mummy
i.e.,
again. Your
the
sit
propaganda.
down air has remarkable improved. So proud of you washing between the cheeks and shit.
Mom! Did you just make a dono on my stream?
Improved.
Happening with
Pyro,
their trash,
it's mummy
i.e.,
again. Your
the
sit
propaganda.
down air has remarkable improved. So proud of you washing between the cheeks and shit.
Children's Cancer Hospital working.
On my stream. She said, yeah. All right.
Is working. Laura Leebrook, a manager of a recycling plant in Oregon, explained that when she tries to tell people that recycling doesn't work, they don't want to believe her. Because the truth is, we need recycling.
Thank you, Festive, for the Prime.
Not because it fixes any problem, it's because it removes this guilt. It's kind of like when you get those ads for children's cancer hospitals and you can't skip it because you have to wait 5 seconds, so before you can, you try not to make eye contact with the sick child in the video. It's kind of like that. We don't want to be confronted with the fact that American consumption is disgusting. We need something to believe in. It's a reason to feel that we're not destroying the planet with our insatiable greed. It doesn't have to.
I don't know why, like, he just brought up that, like, the advert for, like, cancer or something that, you know, for, like, a YouTube video. Or, you know, another good example is, like, you know, the UNICEF adverts where you'll just see, like, African kids and they're just, like, you know, really malnourished. I don't know why, I just had the immediate idea in my head of, like, Homelander, just, like, Homelander sees it on the TV and he just starts laughing. I don't know why that came to my head.
actually work. I just need to believe that I'm doing something so I can sleep at night. If I just put the bottle in the blue bin, I don't have to be confronted with the fact that that bottle is going to sit somewhere for the next 700 years. If I don't have to look at it, it's almost as if it doesn't exist anymore. Don't take that from me.
Recycling, it's one of those things where not only does the public kind of depend on that emotionally to relinquish their, guilt about buying things, but it has been kept alive by the manufacturers.
Ultimately though, anytime we spend placing the blame
Ever since she took away my Xbox, I have been worse than all my friends. I'm 23 now, Pyro, help me. How long did she... Bro, how long did she take the Xbox away for? Just took the Xbox 360 away.
solely on the
Thank you, Trump, for the 5. Where's Misha?
individual.
Oh, that could be someone else I could talk about, actually. Pokemon Go Kid.
Is when the propaganda has fully accomplished its work. Yes, American consumption is killing us, but who sold the poison? Corporations are the ones that invested in plastic.
You need this? You need what?
Corporations are the ones that convinced Americans to buy more plastic than they could ever need. Corporations are the ones that blame consumers for a littering problem that they created. Corporations